Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet, the voice you know with the news you trust studio. Sponsored by Grain Equipment Company, where innovation meets execution. I'm Morgan Anderson. Happy Friday. It's 39 degrees out and mostly sunny. Slight winds are making it feel just a little bit cooler than our actual temperature. We can expect some clouds as we get into around dinner time. Our low for tonight is 29 degrees. Taking a look at your agricultural headlines, farmers hit by the USDA funding freeze. Farmers across the country are facing unexpected financial strain after learning their conservation payments from the USDA have now been frozen. The payments were tied to contracts funded through the Inflation Reduction Act, which set aside billions for conservation programs like the Environmental Quality Incentives Program. Skylar Holden, a first-generation cattle producer in Missouri, says he signed a contract with the USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service for $240,000. He's already spent $80,000 on materials and has additional signed contracts to install water lines. But now, Holden says his funding is on hold indefinitely. He expressed frustration, saying he wouldn't have moved forward with the contract had he known payments could be frozen. Holden also worries about other farmers who, like him, committed to projects based on these agreements. The freeze has also impacted contractors involved in USDA's Partnership for Climate Smart Commodities, a program designed to help farmers market their crops at a premium based on conservation practices. Brent Swart, president of the Iowa Soybean Association, warned that the suspension puts farmers at risk, adding that $11 million in owed payments is now uncertain. His organization has urged lawmakers to push the USDA to fulfill its commitments. The USDA has not responded to multiple requests for comment from DTN, but lawmakers are pressing for answers. Every Democrat on the Senate Agriculture Committee has called on the agency to explain the freeze. They argue that the uncertainty creates financial challenges for farmers as they prepare for the growing season. For now, farmers and contractors alike are left in limbo, waiting for clarity on whether these funds will be restored. Next up, let's hear a word from our sponsors.
Over 2,400 pieces of quality equipment will be up for grabs during the Ritchie Brothers Great Lakes Regional Sales Event on February 12th and 13th. Don't miss out on this huge selection of vehicles and machinery suited to a wide variety of industries and applications, including truck tractors, van trucks, pickup trucks, refrigerated trailers, excavators, flatbeds, and more. Level up your buying experience by taking advantage of our pre-sale in-person inspections. Registration for the sale is free and online only. Visit rbauction.com to get started. Again, that's rbauction.com.
Did you know that soybeans are the secret sauce behind Ohio's booming poultry farms? Each year, poultry consume a whopping 937 million bushels of soybean meal nationwide. This high-protein powerhouse keeps chickens and turkeys thriving, making Ohio number 2 in egg production and number 9 in turkey farming. From farm to table, soybeans power the farms that feed families. Brought to you by Ohio soybean farmers and their checkoff.
We've had what feels like all 4 seasons in 1 week when it comes to weather this week, so let's take a look at our afternoon weather update from meteorologist Ryan Martin, brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com.
Dry weather over all of Ohio today. We do have an active weekend trying to unfold for us. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Quick forecast update here in Ohio. Today is cool, but we see partly to mostly sunny skies. Clouds start to increase overnight, and through the day tomorrow we see rain first break out in southern and southwestern parts of Ohio, then spreading tomorrow night into early Sunday morning over the rest of the state. This can be rain or wet snow, or I do think we need to leave the door open to a little bit of ice again as well, similar to what we saw at midweek this past week. I don't think it's going to be as big of a deal in terms of coverage, but that's what I'm watching. Liquid equivalent here can be 1/10 to 3/4 of an inch. Any icing event is going to be a relatively brief period of time, but the longer we push this pattern into an overnight period, the better chances we have of icing and glazing. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thanks, Ryan. Now let's recap how the markets closed, brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. March corn down 7 3/4 cents at 487.5. May corn down 7 cents at $5.50. December corn down 3 3/4 at $4.66. March beans down 11 cents at 10.49.5. May beans down 10 1/4 at 10.65.5. November beans down 8.5 cents at 10.57.5. March wheat down 5 cents at 5.82 3/4. July wheat down 3 3/4 at 6.06 1/4. September wheat down 4 cents at 6.19 1/4 cent. February live cattle up 15 cents at $200.77.5. April live cattle remains unchanged at $196.77.5. June live cattle up 27.5 cents at $192.10. February lean hogs up 60 cents at $87.25. April lean hogs up 40 cents at $92.15. May lean hogs up 20 cents at $96.02.5 cent. April feeder calves down 17.5 cents at $264.82.5. May feeder calves down 10 cents at $263.60. August feeder calves up 22.5 cents at $266.17.5. March Class 3 milk down 69 cents at $19.37. April Class 3 milk down 45 cents at $19.22. And May Class 3 milk down 28 cents at $19.18. Thanks for joining us on your Friday. I'm Morgan Anderson, and this is the Ohio AgNet.